drawing about 5 amps. You got the little fuel injector icon and the glow plug, and I don't know what that other thing is. So it's been on for about 3 minutes. You hear it's really starting to ramp up now. You got hot air coming out already. I don't know what it's set at. But I believe once it gets to like operating, that pump icon will disappear. Also, these little things on the bottom let you know the temperature of the unit. And when it gets all the way across, it's at operating temperature. It's already fairly warm. Let's see if I... So 16 degrees Celsius, whatever the hell that is. And it's at 1.7 hertz for the pump cycle. So I ran it kind of high yesterday because I wanted to burn all the stuff off of the factory crap, because they put like oil and lube in it, something. But you don't actually have to have this piece on here if you don't want to, but you can, you know, rotate it different directions and put it around corners and add it to a Y if you want to do that. So now it kind of, it'll get to a certain point where it ramps down. This is achieved like the heating that it needs. And so then once it does that, it'll run pretty quiet. You won't really know what the hell's going on. You won't hear it as much. So yeah, you can hear the pump a little bit. Also imagine if I'd mounted this directly to the metal, it'd probably be pretty noisy, so the wood does probably help insulate that. So let's see, we're at 17 Celsius. I really wish this would like read normal temperature, but it really doesn't matter once I guess you have it on, you know. You're more going to want to monitor the temperature in the room. That's just the temperature of the actual motor part inside there, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, it's probably more like a jet engine. It's like a diesel burning jet engine that heats itself up and then blows air around it to superheat the air. So, I had it, you can see my level is right here. I had it maybe to there. I didn't fill it up very full. In fact, I think you can actually see the mark for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, let's see how long it lasts. I think it's really bad to run this thing and shut it off abruptly too, which I accidentally did yesterday as well. And it kind of like made a little bit of smoke, and I think it like backfired or something. It has a shutdown cycle where it cools itself off before it completely shuts down. So I don't know exactly how these things work, but it's pretty cool. I mean, like, it was like basically about $106 or something like that, and they range in prices from like 180 down to like 80, you know. And then you can get ones where you have everything that's not enclosed and you just kind of set it up custom however you want, because there's basically a motor and a heat exchanger inside of here, and it's basically as long as the back of this thing and only from there to there. Then you have the fuel pump, and then you have the fuel tank, and then you have the controller, and then the motherboard that the controller goes to. So, like, I guess some guys have problems with these, and they swap them out, and you have to swap the controller and the motherboard. But there's lots of different ones on the market, so there's another one by this company that had a weird red-shaped one, and it said it can read Fahrenheit and Celsius. But I figured, well, you know what, this one was a little bit better of a deal, so I decided to get this one. So, like I was showing you guys before, you know, you need something like this. There's a 5-inch hole behind that metal plate. You know, this thing gets hot, real hot. So, in fact, I don't like how they have the fuel line going here. So I guess this is another good thing too. You can see the fuel, and I guess the problem with a lot of these is they use rubber hoses, and this one thankfully uses the nylon lines that won't collapse on themselves, and it's a smaller diameter to help from getting air bubbles. So we'll see how it does. So far I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm going to bump it up a little bit. You'll hear it go up. I'm going to put it about 4.1. And then, so we can see our temperature. And just watch it go up. I've seen it up to about 35 Celsius, which is probably about almost 100 degrees. And it has that's the pulse in hertz, which is basically how many times the pump pulses per second, or something like that. That's just the voltage of our power supply. And if there was an error, it would be right here. And then this is how many minutes and hours it's been running. We put about 8, I think about 8 hours on it yesterday. So there's their temperature. And then there's another menu here for, you can set that, I guess it's a clock. And it's actually not a timer. And then here's a timer, on or off. And I don't know what else, but it's definitely getting really warm. So anyway, if you need something to heat an area that's kind of drafty or whatever, or, you know, maybe a camper van, this is awesome. I mean, if you're talking like camper vans and stuff like that, you don't have a lot of different options. And the fact that, like, this is a little bit easier probably on certain things because the exhaust goes outside. Unlike this thing, where you have to have a catalyst on it, and it still puts out fumes, you know. So these kind of heaters are cool, but, you know, you don't have to worry about an exhaust. You can pretty much put them anywhere you want, but they're really, you need, you know, not a airtight sealed environment because, you know, you need fresh air. This one here, it recirculates the air from that vent tube, you know, and then it heats the air. The stuff that's burning is going out that tailpipe. It's going outside. So you do lose a lot of heat through the exhaust, but it doesn't matter. We're not breathing it in. And if you go outside, it actually smells really clean, so it's pretty cool. So anyway, thanks for watching, and that is my diesel parking heater. And I'll put a link down in the description if you're interested in buying one, and it helps support the channel. Thanks for watching.